I know.
A Sunday broadcast of the NBA. It's going to be the New York Knicks up against the Orlando Magic. Knicks, Magic, up next.
There is Vince Carter, a player who spends more time above the rim than on the floor. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter Doris Burke. And now the New York Knicks starters. Stoudemire out there with Randolph. Then there's Felton. Then it's Wilson Chandler and Gallinari. And for the Magic, Pietrus and Lewis are the forwards. Nelson and Carter are manning the backcourt. And Howard. The Knicks came in 11th place in the Eastern Conference, Clark, a season ago, going 29-53.
And that record included 20-32 in the Eastern Conference. Coach D'Antoni, well respected around the league, but even in the East, he just didn't have enough firepower or defense to have a better record.
Now let's find out what head coach Mike D'Antoni had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, in today's game, he doesn't want to see this team lean on any one player for the majority of their points. He said, ideally, we'd like to see even contribution across the board from all players. We'll see, guys.
Doris, thank you. And Clark, it sounds like the early focal point here is on their offense.
Well, you have to take what the defense gives you, and then you have to be consistent. Maintain some consistency. I think those are always keys.
Well, some new faces for the Knicks this season. Maybe they can turn things around.
Yeah, they'll have a chance. I mean, there's been a lot of changeover in the East, Kevin. Good teams kind of falling apart, and young teams starting to coagulate a little bit. Maybe the Knicks can join that second group.
Here is Pietrus over Gallinari, and it's Pietrus missing.
We've seen him make that mid-range shot, but just not often enough.
And here is Felton. Stoudemire backing him down. Guarded by Nelson. Takes it up. And Stoudemire, the bucket on the assist from Gallinari. Stoudemire's got his second basket of the game. Amari Stoudemire, an incredible finisher inside, and for how much he attacks the basket, he doesn't turn it over that much, which is a good sign.
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. And part of the reason he does take care of it is because he has such great speed and leaping ability. A lot of times he just catches it, quick step, rises over the defense, and flushes it down. So he doesn't need to put the ball on the deck too much.
Good point on the speed. You're right. Too tough to cover sometimes.
Yep.
Pietrus against Felton. Back to Randolph. He dumps it off. Stoudemire dishes to Randolph. Back to Stoudemire. Just 4 to shoot. And the Knicks good for 2.
Well, that's a little bit of the European style of play there. When your bigs can hit the mid-range jumper, it can really open things up for everybody else.
Here's Nelson. Pass to Carter. Behind the arc. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Knicks off to a quick start here. Chandler with the ball. So here's Gallinari. Lewis covering. Got a piece of it. With 1 second left, kept alive. Randolph passes to Stoudemire. He's guarded by Howard. Stoudemire backing him down. The second chance effort, and he lays that one up and in. Stoudemire's got 8 points.
Nice bucket there. He isn't naturally quick, but he's deceptive. He kept the defense off balance and then took it to the rack.
Felton against Nelson. The alley-oop.
Good anticipation for the steal.
Here's the break. Here's Chandler, and he gets the bucket. Foul is called. 1 free throw for him.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
For the Magic, Richardson comes in for Michael Pietrus, and it's Duhan in for Jameer Nelson. The Knicks also changing it up. Turioff comes in for Anthony Randolph, and it's Azubuike in for Gallinari. Quite a force last year, Clark, the Orlando Magic. Just looking here at their numbers, they were just unstoppable in the Eastern Conference alone with 39 wins.
Well, Kevin, a lot of teams in the East would have been happy with 39 wins overall on the year, let alone winning those, having that kind of number in conference games.
Here is Carter. He's covered by Azubuike. Backing down is Howard. Connects from 13 feet out.
And they finally get on the board. They certainly have struggled to start this game.
And here are the Knicks. They're on an 11-2 run. Stoudemire against Howard. Shoots from the post, and it's Stoudemire missing. And with the Magic's Eastern record, I guess that just shows how much. And he flushes it through. Spike slam cam with the replay.
That was vicious. I mean, real vicious. He hung on the rim just to say, you realize this is my basket, don't you?
Yeah, that is a nice finishing touch, Clark.
You think he bent the rim there, Kevin?
I think he did, sure. Look at it. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Hey, Kevin, Dwight Howard is certainly a load to handle inside, and with so much strength and explosiveness, defenses resort to hacking him night in and night out. Howard said, I don't think people realize how much I take a beating every single night. You try not to get frustrated, but it's hard when you are taking it across the face. Sometimes you want to react to it, but that's not basketball. You've got to do what's best for the team. Guys, Stan Van Gundy makes the point all the time. He's the hardest guy in the league to officiate. Back to you.
Yes, so strong. He inflicts some punishment as well. Thanks, Doris. And the basket by Turioff.
They're really doing a nice job, a really good job of getting everything they want in this quarter. Just good, solid basketball.
Now Duhan. Carter outside. Stolen away.
Nice anticipation right there to snatch that one.
And they call an illegal screen here.
That looked like a good call. The screener didn't have his feet set there.
Here is Duhan. Arcs it high, and he makes it look so easy, laying it right in.
What an acrobatic finish. I love the dunk, but you got to give it up for that kind of layup.
And that's off as he tries to beat the buzzer. And some great offensive action to get this one underway in the first. Knicks lead by 7.
Well, they're in attack mode now, Kevin. Every time they get the ball, they're coming right at you, looking for contact, and looking for buckets right at the 10.
And we'll get back to the action right after this. Now the second quarter about to start. Here is Duhan. Looking at these Knicks, they added some talent via free agency, but Clark, will it be enough to make them a big-time contender in the Eastern Conference?
Kevin, only time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see. You know, talent on paper doesn't necessarily equate to production on the court.
So with Howard sitting on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Stan Van Gundy. They've got Quentin Richardson, Duhan out there with J.J. Redick, then it's Michael Pietrus, and Bass kept alive. Randolph dishes to Azubuike. Randolph a screen. No points for him. Another shot. Azubuike, good. And Clark, the Knicks had to give away talent to free up the cap space they ended up using this offseason.
Yeah, they had to, and they had to make some tough choices in that regard, Kevin. I mean, they've definitely improved themselves, but the question is, and the question remains, by how much?
And here now the Magic. The Knicks making the shot. Douglas with it. Defended by Duhan. There's Gallinari with the 3, and it's Gallinari again missing.
I don't know what the defense was thinking there. As a matter of fact, I think they went brain neutral. They don't ever want to give up an open look like that to him again, even if he did miss this time. Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
Here's Douglas. And Turioff backs down. Goes up. The shot's good from Douglas.
That's a heck of a job to lay it in around the taller defender, Kevin. Lovely, agile finish.
Tony Douglas, 6'1", his second season out of Florida State, and Clark taken number 29 last season by the Knicks.
You know, and he really had a tough time finding minutes because of Nate Robinson being there. But once Nate was traded to the Celtics in the second half of the season, Douglas got an opportunity to play, and he responded quite well. I like this kid. He's strong, he's aggressive, he's got good ball skills, and knows how to put it in the basket. So keep an eye on him, Kevin.
Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Well, Kevin, you look at Stan Van Gundy, a demanding coach to be sure. He really holds his players accountable. But last year, Dwight Howard went to him and said that he needed to avoid focusing at all times on the negative, saying instead of bringing each other down, we have to pull each other up. Stan Van Gundy agreed and tried to be more upbeat. Guys, a very good example of good communication helping a team come together.
And credit Van Gundy for being open to change. Interesting story, Doris. Thanks.
That's the way to manufacture your shot against the taller defender. Solid effort.
Defended by Duhan. Now Douglas. Here's Turioff. And good off the glass as he lays it in. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. So for the Magic, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Richardson. Carter comes in for Michael Petrus. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Chris Duhan. And then for New York, Amari Stoudemire. He's checked in for Turioff. Chandler comes in for Azubuike. And it's Felton in for Tony Douglas. Here is Carter. Now Stoudemire defending. From deep. Kept alive. And here's Bass. Second shot opportunity. Howard with authority.
That's why he's got the reputation as one of the NBA's great rebounders. Because of putbacks like that.
Well, that's what we've become accustomed to when he gets in position under the glass like that. Gallinari defended by Carter. And Gallinari kicks to Stoudemire. Working on Howard. Tosses it up. And it's Stoudemire missing.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Backing down is Howard. Takes it up. Can't hit. And New York takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Nelson against Felton. Gallinari passes to Stoudemire. And Stoudemire getting double-teamed. And Gallinari kicks to Stoudemire. It's dumped off. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Randolph. The Magic trail by 4.
They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
Here's Reddick. Anthony Randolph with the rebound. And here comes Felton. Not on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Stoudemire. Bass is there. Nails the buzzer beater.
Aware of the clock running down, he got it off just before the buzzer.
And the first half is now in the books.
You look at what Stoudemire has done so far. 10 points and 1 assist.
It's the Knicks leading by 6.
Sunday Hoops right here. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's get you out to the HP halftime report. New York leading against the Magic at Amway Center. Close-range shots, their bread and butter early on, a gigantic lead in points in the paint. The leading scorer is Amari Stoudemire. No surprise, we all know he can score. And the Magic have been plugging away. It's been a hard-fought game, but they've risen to the challenge, really showing what they're made of. Dwight Howard's their top scorer. He's got a handful of points, also has come away with 5 rebounds. And that'll just about wrap things up for us. Now let's get back to your game. Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, take it away.
The second half is now beginning. It's been a close one. Neither team has been able to get an edge. Here is Nelson, looking for his first bucket of the game. You know, there was a lot of questions for how this Magic team would do last season with Carter at the helm instead of Hedo Turkoglu.
Well, they didn't make the finals 2 straight years, but I don't think you can lay that at the hands of Carter. Certainly, he didn't play to the level they anticipated, but we talked about it earlier, Kevin. When you're talking about winning a championship, everybody has to do their part. It's a team game, win or lose.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Randolph is out there with Gallinari. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then it's Stoudemire and Felton. 5 on the clock. Here's Chandler. Can't get it to fall from downtown.
I wouldn't call him automatic from out there, but to look that good, you'd think he'd drop it in.
Nelson dishes to Carter. Howard, the pass to Carter. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Carter's got his second basket of the night. Going back to the changing parts for Orlando, you have to think they missed Hedo in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so, because he was a playmaker. Without Hedo Turkoglu, they lost another guy who could make plays. And then you factor in his size at 6'10" and the ability to make plays. It was a matchup headache for most opposing teams. And that made it difficult. And he could also shoot the three-point shot. You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Here is Nelson. About 3.5 minutes left in the third. He's covered by Felton. Here's Petrus. He's off from 3. Looking here at the stats of Raymond Felton Clark, a product, of course, of UNC of North Carolina. You could say his last season was his best as a pro.
Yeah, he shot the ball much better, Kevin, and part of that was just working on it, but the other part was shot selection. And when you're a point guard with his ability to penetrate, when you add that jump shot consistently, now you become a real problem for the defense.
And, oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. No good on the free throw. A different look for New York. Turioff comes in for Anthony Randolph. And it's Azubuike in for Gallinari. And he sinks the second. Here is Felton. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. He dishes it. Chandler kicks to Stoudemire. Back to Chandler. Pass to Stoudemire. Now Chandler. Here's Stoudemire. And the Knicks good for 2.
He's put the team on his shoulders and really carried them offensively. An amazing performance by that man.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Here's Nelson. 2:31 left in the third quarter. Fades back. Lewis, right side. Back to Nelson. Shot clock at 4. Lewis gets the bucket. Lewis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
Well, the New York Knicks not exactly dominant on the road a season ago, 11-30, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what you expect, Kevin, when you've got a team that's in transition, young, not really defensive-minded. It's hard to win on the road.
Here's Chandler. 4 on the clock. Felton with the ball. Over Nelson. Felton can't get it to go. And here's Nelson. Cuts off the pass. Azubuike against Howard. Here's Azubuike. And it's Carter picking him up. Azubuike, no good. The road, though, Clark, offers a team to bond together, really come close together.
Yeah, it does give that opportunity to a team. I mean, you've got new faces for the Knicks, and the quicker they can gel, the better off they'll be.
And so here's New York. Vince Carter missing his last shot. Felton. Azubuike with the ball. Shot clock at 5. Over Petrus. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Great defense there. challenged the path of the shooter, which caused the miss.
Here's Nelson. Connects from in close.
His agility and soft touch really paid off there. Not many players could have laid that in.
The Knicks leading by 3. Now Felton. Not on the scoreboard yet. Chandler, the pass to Stoudemire. Beatrice against Chandler. Can't put an end to the scoring drought. And here comes Nelson. The steal. Well, it's been an exciting game as we finish the third. It's been quite a game for Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, not flashy numbers, but his presence has definitely been felt out there. It's the little things, Kevin. He's getting them done.
We're back to Orlando after this. Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Let's go to Doris Burke.
Well, gentlemen, our Sprite Spark, Amari Stoudemire. He was ready to go right from the opening tip today. He played a great first quarter, and I'm sure he'll be trying to replicate that here in the fourth, guys.
Doris, thanks. And he's clearly Clark set in motion. Things his coach wanted them to do.
Well, he's been a huge spark plug out there today.
Here's Douglas. Shard plays the 4 with Howard at the 5. Carter is out there with Duhan and Richardson. That's who's out there for Orlando. Gallinari inside the three-point line. The shot, no good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Now here's Howard. The dump off. Duhan's shot is good. Here's Douglas. And here's Gallinari. Pass to Stoudemire. And Stoudemire getting double-teamed. And Gallinari kicks to... Oh!
It's the old reversal. That was something else, wasn't it, Kev?
All a defender can do, Clark, is hope the photographer didn't get him in the picture.
I think he was posterized.
Here is Duhan. Howard, guarded by Stoudemire. Nice move. Blocked. The Knicks leading by 3. And here's Douglas. And Turioff backs down. And laid up and in.
When he gets it going like this, you got to double team it. That's your only hope.
And it's the Magic with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Now a timeout called by Orlando. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told them, keep pushing hard to the end. Just finish out these last few minutes, and we'll be able to come away with the W. Kevin?
Brandon Basses checked in for Orlando. Reddick comes in for Vince Carter. Then for the Knicks, Anthony Randolph, he's checked in for Stoudemire. Chandler comes in for Ronny Turioff. And it's Felton in for Kalena Azubuike. Douglas with it, fended by Duhan. Here's Douglas. Fended by Duhan. Felton kicks to Douglas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the Knicks good for 2.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Here is Duhan. He's covered by Felton. Backing down is Howard. Howard draws the double. Reddick for 3. Anthony Randolph with the rebound.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
Felton kicks to Douglas. Richardson covering. 3 on the clock. Douglas can't hit. The Magic trail by 7. Randolph gets the whistle for blocking. That is his first foul of the game.
A little too much body contact there. You have to stay in front of the ball handler by moving your feet, or you'll get tagged with that call every time.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Gortat's checked in for Howard. Lewis comes in for Quentin Richardson. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Chris Duhon. Stoudemire's checked in for the Knicks. Here's Felton. 1:57 left to the fourth. Stoudemire backing him down. Gallinari against Nelson. Goes up. A nice shot by Gallinari. And the Knicks lead by 7.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're losing by 7. 1:41 left in the game for the Magic. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gortat. Pietrus comes in for Brandon Bass. And it's Carter in for J.J. Redick. Here's Felton. And Gallinari backs down. Carter comes in with the double team. A second left. And it's Gallinari again missing.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it. He should leave those long bomb passes alone.
Felton with the ball. And Gallinari backs down. Cans it from in close.
That's too easy. D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're behind by 9. 51 seconds left to the fourth. Here is Nelson. Here's Carter. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Anthony Randolph. Sinks the first one, and that brings them within 8. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here is Felton. 39 seconds left in the game. Stoudemire drawing the double team. On the clock. And Gallinari with the 3.
Kev, it's all but over now. They're doing whatever they want out there.
Here comes Nelson with the fadeaway. The Magic again can't hit.
You know, he can sink it from out there. It didn't happen that time, but at least it's in the back of the defense's mind that he will let it fly from there.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. Not much to be critical of this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win. They did both.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Amari Stoudemire.